Hello, friend. In this episode, I'm going to discuss a topic that came up in discussion with one of our community members here in private. Would have been neat to have it archived, but I'll do my best reenactment of it. We were talking about passing away and coming back, and I know there's it's a contemplation that I've had in the past. It's a contemplation that I know one of my other friends had. There's a fear of dying in regards to losing all of the awareness, the current awareness that we have. You know, like we almost don't want to come back for the chance of what if we don't know what we know about life, about spirituality. And we kind of had this discussion today, my friend and I, and Spirit gave me some revelations that I hadn't considered before. And I thought, wow, you know, it's very beautiful. So one thing that Spirit's reminding me right now is that when you woke up today, did you remember everything from your day before? Or like, did you forget what your favorite food was? Did you forget your spiritual understandings? Did you forget how to drive a car? All these things that you've picked up in this life, did you forget them? Did you forget if you're pro or anti-vaxxer? If you love Trump or you hate Trump? I'm just throwing out things those are very polarizing topics, right? So did you forget how you felt about those things yesterday? No. Every moment is a continuation of the previous moment. And that's happening in consciousness. And our consciousness is eternal. When the body lays down and we leave the body, there is no death. We're as conscious as we were before, more so in the manner that we're no longer being clouded physically. And limited physically. We're now unlimited in that respect. The senses deepen. The senses expand. And tomorrow when you wake up, you'll remember all of your understandings from today. It'll be continuous. And notice how you're in evolution from the beginning of your life until now. You're deepening. You're deepening. You're deepening. That which you are and your understanding of that which you are is deepening, is deepening, is deepening. So extrapolate that, Spirit's saying, extrapolate that onto all of your existence and all of existence. So when you leave the body, you still have these understandings because it's in consciousness. And if you come back, your consciousness is coming back, is it not? And your consciousness is where these understandings reside. So you come back for another kick at the can, but you start off a little bit ahead of where you started off last life. Now what's really neat is some people, this was actually the contemplation now I recall. My friend was saying, what if they come back the next life and they're not exposed to these type of understandings? You know what I mean? And Spirit reminded me, truth is everywhere. Truth is in everything you see. Once you develop your understanding, develop your understanding, you can apply it to everything. And that understanding is in consciousness. So you'll take that understanding with you through leaving the body and to the next life if that's your choice. So you don't have to worry about not having that influence because you'll be able to discern it regardless. Everywhere, truth is everywhere. And then what Spirit brought to mind was, notice how when you've read, say, a spiritual book or learned a lesson, the opportunity to learn that lesson or receive the understanding in that book was always there, but we didn't receive it and actually learn that lesson until we were ripe and ready for it. Before, this very transformative message was there. Truth was always there. But we didn't know how to recognize it. We didn't know how to absorb it. We didn't know how to receive it. That's because our consciousness wasn't ready for it. We weren't in alignment. But once you get to the point where you're ready for it and you've got it, now you've got it. You become it. It can't be taken from you. You are it. It is you. One and the same. Does that provide relief? Does that provide relief and quiet the carnal mind's interpretation? Does that quell the fear that the carnal mind is saying, well, what if? Notice how creation now validates it. You remember your understandings from yesterday. And yesterday you remembered the understandings from the day before and the weeks before. We continue to be an expression of our understandings. The understandings don't change when we wake up. And they don't change when we leave the body. Because what we are is what holds the understandings. And we're growing in this awareness. This is the experience of life, is to come here and grow and expand this awareness and consciousness. Has it ever reset for you? Has it ever in your life reset? Has your consciousness ever reset even once? If something's eternal, whereabouts would it reset? If something's infinite, where does it stop? It doesn't. But here's the thing, when we're trying to interpret it through the carnal, finite, limited, logical mind, we're trying to make something divine undivine so that we can understand it. No surprise that we can't understand it through the carnal. And no surprise that the revelation comes through spirit to help us gain that understanding. Through validating our own experience right now. Notice how we can prove how consciousness works by examining our own experience right now. That we maintained yesterday's understandings today. And tomorrow we'll maintain today's understandings. They're not going anywhere. We don't wake up clean slate anew. Spirit saying, apply this to babies who are born with cancer. Karma and consequences. No accidents. The Spirit says no accidents. No accidents. Have you ever had a sad thought and accidentally experienced happiness? No accidents. Creation is perfect. Sometimes we need to massage it a little bit though. You can't turn that truth off. You can't turn the law of creation off. It's innate. It's innate. All right, I'll close the episode there. An interesting discussion. It was a revelation to me. I hadn't heard it put this way before. So maybe it'll be valuable to somebody else out there. Peace and love, my friends. We'll talk soon. If you found any value in this episode, please consider sharing it with your circle. If you're interested in receiving some guidance, you can contact me at aswithinsoul@gmail.com. If you're inspired to offer a donation, you can also use the email aswithinsoul@gmail.com.